Hey, okay, hey, we're back. All right, so we're going to do some insect stuff. So if you remember the other day, we talked about this over here, okay, and we remember we talked about how they have antennas, okay. Oh, and the main thing we want to talk about is right here is they have three body parts. Remember, three body parts. They have a head, a thorax, and an abdomen, okay. Remember, a spider, is it an insect? Nope, it's not an insect because it's an arachnid because it only has two body parts and then it has 8 legs. Okay, this insect has 3 body parts and it has 6 legs. Okay, and remember some other things about insects is that they have wings. Some of them, not all of them, have 2 or 4 wings. Okay, and they have an exoskeleton. Remember, that's the part when you step on an insect and it goes crunches, right? That's an exoskeleton, okay? Exoskeleton. All right. Now, I have some notes here about some insects, and me and Jackson, we actually watched a video last night at supper time when we're eating our supper about insects, okay? And there's a good YouTube channel, I think it's called Homeschool Pop or something like that, that has some insect videos for kids. So if you search insect videos for kids, it's a really good one. Okay, it tells you about some insects. Okay, so did you know that there are more insects than there are people in the world? That's a lot, right? There's a lot of people. Okay, just think about our Delphus, where we live. There's a lot of people in Delphus, a lot of people in our school, Franklin, right? But there are more insects than all of those people, okay, in the whole wide world, okay? Some insects, are they a little scary? Yeah, they can be, right? Like bees and wasps and things. Some people are really scared of like this one. This is a little praying mantis, right? These are little beetles, okay? So some people can be scared of them. Here's a bee, right? Here's a bee, right? So some people are very scared of insects, okay? They don't have to be too scared. Now, some, can they hurt us? Yeah, like a bee and a wasp can sting us, but really they're only doing that to protect themselves or protect their hive or whatever, okay? Do some insects buzz? Yeah, buzz. Flies, right? When they fly buzzes around you, you swat at it because you're like, what in the heck? Okay, and some of them fly. Okay, and we talked about that with the wings, that some have wings and some don't. Okay, some bugs hop, like grasshoppers, right? Some bugs chirp, okay, like crickets. You ever have a cricket in your garage or in your basement? That about drive you crazy, okay? Some insects don't hardly move at all. They move really, really slow, okay, because they don't want something to see it, to eat it, okay? And then some are really, really fast, okay? Now, are insects helpful? Now, we watched that video yesterday, me and Jackson, and we found out that some insects are very helpful, okay? Like flies and bees and stuff. They fly around to different flowers and pollinate those flowers so that they can have seeds and then have more flowers, okay? Or they fly around to flowers that are on trees, like apple trees, and they pollinate those things, okay? And that's how an apple is made, okay? Now, we already talked about that. Some can hurt us, okay? Some can sting us and things, okay? So some are helpful, some can hurt us, all right? And did you know that flies are really helpful because they eat dead stuff? Yeah, dead stuff, okay? So if you see a dead animal on the side of the road, right? Something's got to eat that, right? Now, it might be another animal, okay? But lots of times it's flies, and flies will sometimes lay their eggs in dead stuff. Gross, nasty, okay? All right, and we also learned on the video that we watched last night that flies and some bugs eat poop. Gross. Yeah, and if we had a bunch of animal poop all over the place, wouldn't that be nasty? Yeah, so bugs help get rid of that stuff, insects. All right, now I have a book that I'll read later, maybe tomorrow or later today if I do another video, that has very colorful insects. Insects can be all the colors of the rainbow. So lots and lots of different colors. Some are very bright, Some are very dull, which means like brownish and grayish and blackish. Okay, so you can't even hardly see them. Okay, and you can find insects everywhere. Remember yesterday we read the insects are even in the South Pole, okay, in Antarctica. Okay, now lots of times insects move around, and why are they moving? What do you think? Why would an insect move from over here to over there? Well, they're doing a couple things. They're either getting away from danger, right? They're trying to find food, okay, because that's a lot of things what insects do. They got to find something to eat, okay? Or they're trying to find some shelter, and shelter is like a home to live, okay, someplace safe, all right, to get away from things, all right? Now, what do they eat? What do insects eat? Well, insects eat sometimes other insects, right? And then sometimes they eat spiders and lizards and dead things and garbage. You ever got to your garbage can after a couple days in the summertime when it's real hot? You go out there and it's, oh, it stinks real bad, and there's bugs all over it, right? Flies and gnats and all kinds of gross stuff all crawling all over your garbage. Nasty, okay? Now, some insects even do other things. So they might drink blood. Yeah, can you think of an insect that drinks blood? Yeah, mosquitoes, right? Mosquitoes come around in the summertime, fly down and bite you, right? And then you get a mosquito bite. Well, what they're doing is they're sucking your blood a little bit. That's what they eat is blood, okay? Fleas that your dog or cat might have, they drink blood from your dog or cat. And then sometimes your dogs and cats and stuff get ticks, okay? And ticks can be very dangerous for people. Sometimes they can give you sickness, all right? So those things all eat blood. All right, now some insects even eat plants. So if your mom and dad has flower garden or even a garden, they might spray stuff on it or put powder stuff on it to keep insects away because they don't want them to eat their stuff, okay? They also eat fruit, okay? So if you go somewhere and you pick apples or cherries or something or whatever you're picking, sometimes they'll eat the fruit and they'll have like spots in it, right? Where a bug has bit into it and it kind of rots the fruit, okay? Insects will eat leaves, okay? They also eat wood, and they eat seeds, okay? Now, my trees outside, I have a tree called an arborvitae, okay? And we had some bugs that got into our arborvitaes, and they started eating them and started turning our trees brown. So we had to have somebody come out and spray them, okay? Now, they kind of look brown and kind of dead right now, so I'm hoping that when it starts getting the summertime, they'll kind of grow some more, but I might have to chop a bunch of trees out, like 10 trees. That's a lot of trees. Okay, I have to chop a bunch of them down and plant new ones. Okay, all right, so we're going to read this book today. This is called Stinky Bugs. All right, and if you remember on our checklist, I don't know where I put my checklist. Oh, right here. Okay, we had to think of things that describe insects or describe something else. Remember, describing words tell us about it. Okay, so remember, we can say things are colors, right? So if you're telling me about something, you might say that the bug is green, or it is yellow, or it is black, or it has stripes. That's a describing word. Or it has spots or dots, right? Or something is sharp. I mean, it has sharp claws. Or it is a skinny bug or a fat bug, okay? Or a smelly bug or whatever you can tell me about it. So we're going to read a little bit about different kinds of bugs. So stinky is a describing word that tells us about this bug. Have you ever seen a bug like this? I've seen bugs like this in the summer, and if you squish them, right, they might land on you, squish them with your finger, they stink. Okay, stink bugs, sometimes some people call them. All right, so here we go with the bugs, okay? All right, so it says, PU, stink bugs are invading schools, cars, and homes all across America. When they are irritated, these bugs can really smell, and they're not the only ones. Read ahead to meet some of the stinkiest insects around. You guys see that bug down there? Yeah. All right, so I'm filming this today on my computer, so the video actually is going to look a little bit different than on my phone, okay? All right, so here we go. Stink bugs, okay? There are more than 7,000 species of stink bugs living around the world today. The most common stink bug, the brown marmorated stink bug, is native to Asia. It was first seen in the United States in the late 1990s. in Pennsylvania. Since then, people from 38 states have reported seeing stink bugs in their homes. Even with 6 legs and a pair of wings, brown marmorated stink bugs are slow moving and harmless to humans, but they are a nuisance. Okay, and that means that they bother people. When threatened, these stink bugs give off a terrible smell. Gross. Okay. All right, now we're going to read about a darkling beetle. Okay. So I'll show you the page as I read it. Okay. When a darkling beetle is in danger, it stands on its head or runs around in a zigzag pattern. Because of this strange behavior, scientists have nicknamed it the clown beetle. When a clown beetle is threatened, it faces its behind towards a predator and lets out a smelly odor. Ooh. So it faces its booty at you and goes, gross. All right. Now, we all know these. These are ladybugs, right? With its polka-dotted shell and lovely name, it would be easy to think a ladybug is the sweetest bug around. Get close enough to this beetle, though, and it will release a stinky, sticky yellow liquid. This liquid is actually its blood. Not only does it smell bad, it can also stain clothing, carpets, and furniture. Now, sometimes if you see some orange-looking ladybugs, those are the ones that really, really stink, okay, and have that smelly stuff. I've seen those a lot. All right. This one is called a jewel bug. Look at that one. Isn't that cool? There are about 450 species of jewel bugs around the world. The jewel bug is named for its shiny, bright, colorful shell, which resembles a jewel. Though these insects may look beautiful, they are actually closely related to the stink bug. Like stink bugs, jewel bugs release a bad smell when they are irritated or disturbed. Ooh. Ooh, cockroaches. Look at these things. Gross looking things. Cockroaches can be found in homes all over the world. When many cockroaches live together, they can stink up the whole house. But that's not the only gross fact about cockroaches. After a cockroach's head is cut off, it can continue to live for days or even weeks. What? Without a head? The cockroaches have been around for more than 250 million years. Back then, cockroaches walked the earth along dinosaurs, and they could grow longer than 1 foot long. So remember, that's bigger than Mr. Krieger's shoe. That's a big bug. And they lived when dinosaurs were around. That's crazy. Ooh, look at this. The assassin bug. Ooh, look at that thing. Assassin is another word for killer, and the assassin bug lives up to that name. This bug uses its mouth to stab other insects and then releases saliva inside the enemy's body. That means spit, saliva. The assassin bug then slurps up the prey's insides like a human would sip a milkshake. Ooh, that's kind of like when we read about spiders, right? They put the poison in and the insides turn to goo and then it sucks them out. That's kind of what this assassin bug does. Because it is related to the stink bug, the assassin bug is full of smelly liquid. This liquid is a great defense against most insects, because most insects don't want to eat a stinky assassin bug. Ooh. All right, this one is called the harlequin cabbage bug. Harlequin cabbage bug. The harlequin cabbage bug, or also called a calico bug, firebug, or harlequin bug, man, a lot of different names for that bug, is a type of stink bug found in Kentucky. Each bug may have a yellow, red, orange, blue, or black shell. The bright colors are a signal to predators to stay away. If predators try to attack, this bug will release a very nasty smell. Gross. All right, this is called a broad-headed bug. Look at that thing. Actually, look how big. There. Look at that. It kind of looks like an ant a little bit. Stinky bugs may be the most well-known smelly insects, But the broad-headed bug is said to be even stinkier. Like stink bugs, broad-headed bugs give off a nasty stench when they are threatened. According to scientists, the bug's odor smells like a human with very bad breath. Ooh, you ever talk to somebody who has bad breath? That's not, that's, look. All right, this is called Calosema. Okay, so Calosema are large ground beetles that can release a liquid that smells pretty gross. They let off this smell to keep away predators, but sometimes they act as the predator. In fact, Calosema are called caterpillar hunters because they eat gypsy moth caterpillars that destroy trees. Ooh, so remember how we talked about some are good? So this would be good for caterpillars that are in trees that are eating the stuff in the trees and killing the tree. But you wouldn't want to be around that kind of Calosema bug because it would stink, right? If you scared it or something or threatened it. All right, so this is called a bomberator beetle. Though a bomberator beetle is only about a centimeter long, so that's really tiny, about this big. It is a very good fighter. When in danger, it points its rear end towards a predator and shoots a chemical spray from its behind. This spray isn't only smelly, it's also very hot, and it can burn any predator that gets in the beetle's way. Ooh, this stuff has like stuff that will burn the animal or predator. That's scary. That'd hurt if it got on you and it burned your skin, right? All right, so this one is called a Conlaphasa enigma. That's a long word. Look at that. Okay. So in 2012, a mysterious insect called a Conlaphasa enigma was discovered in the Philippines. It is a type of stick insect which earns its name from looking just like a stick on the ground. Unlike most stick insects, it does not have wings. It lives on the ground instead of in trees, and it is multicolored instead of just green or brown. When scared, this stick insect releases an awful odor. Whoa. All right, this is called a green lacewing. A green lacewing lives in fields, gardens, and forest edges where its green or yellow coloring camouflages it in its habitat. This helps it hide from predators like birds, bats, and large insects. If it is found, the green lacewing gives off a nasty smell to scare away would-be attackers. Okay, there, that's what it looks like. Okay, and we remember camouflage means that it kind of blends in, and a habitat is a place where it lives. Okay. All right, this is called a formicine ant. Okay, there are lots of amazing facts about ants. For example, an ant can lift 20 times its own body weight. That would be like an average person carrying 3 cars. Some ants, called formicine ants, are extra cool. When attacking prey, these ants spray a smelly acid-like chemical that burns. It can't hurt a person, but when many ants get together and spray, they can defeat a much larger insect. So a whole bunch of ants work together and really make it stink. All right, now here's a bonus thing. It's called a slug. Now a slug is not an insect, right? Because it doesn't have body parts, doesn't have legs, right? When a slug is, while a slug is not technically a bug, it's a mollusk, it's stinky. It's stinky too, and for a pretty cool reason. As a slug moves, it leaves a trail of stinky slime behind it. Each slug has slightly different smelling slime. This one-of-a-kind smell keeps it from getting lost. A slug just follows its own special trail, and it can find its way home. Weird. All right. Very good. So that's all about these stinky bugs. Okay. So we'll come back later and we'll learn about more bugs. Okay. All right. Hope you had fun listening to this bug book. Okay. And we'll see you later.